Carole Steinberg. I am traveling in a 2014 Mercedes Sprinter van. It's the 2500. It's a 144 wheelbase. It's the high roof. It has solar. I've been full-time in it for just over 3 years now. And I guess I'll give you a tour. This is a cargo van. I bought it as an empty shell. I had Mercedes put some back windows in. And then I took it to Florida Custom Coach Creations out of DeLand, Florida, and paid the money and picked it up 5 weeks later. And it was ready to roll. So if you'd like a tour, let's go. So it's just your basic van up front. I've added this shelf. My dad helped me put it in. I saw a guy on YouTube did it, and it's just a Rubbermaid shelf, but you can put a lot of storage up there. And then I work still, so I keep my aprons in these little pockets that everybody uses.
Now, don't disqualify that. What kind of work do you do?
I'm a professional organizer, so if it looks junky in here, sorry, it's everything I own.
It's beautiful.
I installed a seat swivel. They sell them up in Lake Havasu City if you're interested. For the Sprinter, it was like $200. I did it in their parking lot. It was not hard. I am not mechanical at all. Because when you put that seat swivel in, it's so high, I had to have this little box. But I keep my weights and my extra food in there. So
good idea.
And I put these Walmart seat covers on because of the dog and white hair and black seats.
Wait, we just got to take a minute and embrace the dog.
Yes, embrace
look at
the
her
dog.
blade.
That's Dolly.
And look at her fingernail painted.
Yeah, she's
Hi,
my
Dolly.
little helper, my companion. When I had the van fitted out, I did not have this. I thought I wanted it more open, but as you know, when you're traveling, you really need a lot of storage. So took it back and had the extra, and then my dad helped me put this shelf in. Not hard. I just, you just need help sometimes.
Right.
So it has blinds, and the usual window, whatever's. This bed actually can pull out to the aisle and the cushions drop in and it makes a bigger bed, but I don't need that. I just use that for like a shelf basically.
Okay.
And when I had it fitted out, basically what I did is just took it to the guy. I drew a picture of what I wanted, and I had laid down on the driveway, well, I want a big bed that long, and put tape, and I need a counter this high because of my height. So I took some finishes. I picked out some things at Home Depot and took it to him, and he's like, I can do that. And I wanted the fuzzy walls. I'd had that on... I used to do vintage campers. It's kind of like, I don't know, I call it rat fur. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
And I wanted the smooth vinyl up here so I could wipe it down.
Right.
But I had done a lot of vintage campers, and I really like that because you can pin, and all the pictures and stuff are Velcro.
Oh, true.
And these were just wine boxes I cut for books. Books are a problem when you travel for some reason. And let's see what else. Oh, everybody asks about the wallpaper. It's contact paper from the Dollar Tree.
Oh.
And I know there's a big debate on Reflectix for insulation value, but I did Reflectix the back doors and stick the vinyl over top because that silver paper is like robot light.
Yeah. I love that idea.
I run on solar, so I have all LED lights, and I have running water on a sink pump.
Okay.
I have a gas cooktop, which used to have a glass cover, which I was super afraid of it. Like, I just thought one day that glass is going to break and I'm going to get it in my... The worst case scenario, I was in Seattle, went over a bad bump, and the can opener fell out. So I said, I like this better. I'm an artist. I like having a surface to work on. I just like that better.
Yeah.
I have a little refrigerator that runs on the solar. It's just one of those $58 dorm fridges from Walmart. I had a bigger one in here. That's why the hole is so big. But when you're in a van, you pass like 6 grocery stores a day. So I was like, why am I carrying around 5 packages of meat? So I just went with the smaller one.
And gave you some extra storage.
And then I keep like all my food and teas and dog foods up here, and pots and pans. I only need 2. Kettle. And it's tools and disaster and crafts down here. I had traveled, and you have everything with you. I realized that still need but more space. So this is just one of those plastic stacking drawers from Walmart. And I screwed a cutting board on top to give it another work surface, because they tend to bow when you put stuff on top. So just pop the top off, screw it on there, and screw it back on. And it's nice to lay in bed, and I can grab my pens or my writing stuff.
Or you can even prop
office.
a tablet or something.
Yes, you can.
Or laptop
I have actually like put another board across here when I want to sit and work. And then I used to have a pop-up counter here, but I like this better. And I used to carry a stool, and now I decided this is the right height for like if I want to work on a project, or if I'm writing, or even eating. Or sometimes we have a whole bunch of people in here and it's just an extra. And then it's just 2 milk crates.
All right, let me see this.
And I just made this little top for it and covered it in that fake leather stuff. And it's just nice. You can take these out by the fire and use them for a countertop or a stool. And there's plenty of wine and shoe storage in there. And then this is just a table I found in the trash. Contact paper. And I just strap it on there with a mini bungee.
Yeah,
and then
nice.
the shoe thing there.
I love the shoe pockets.
And 13-inch closet. It's massive.
Nice.
And so I do have a lot of clothes. I
awesome.
worked in fashion and cosmetics for years, so I'm still a girly girl. I'm still. I have costumes and prom dresses and all kinds of crazy in there, and makeup and hair and. So yeah,
you can be a van dweller and still be a prissy lady.
You can still be a girly girl.
Yeah.
That's right.
Why not?
Yes. And then I have a folding bike. And a dog basket.
Wait, you cannot just skip over the folding bike. Whoa!
Yeah, I used to carry a bike down the middle, but it was a pain. You couldn't open the fridge without rolling it forward. And then I went to get the tires done one day, and I saw this bike, and I'm like, I don't care what that costs. I want it. I want that bike. And it just happened. This used to be a desk.
Right.
I never sat here, so I put a shelf in there, and that's where I keep my, I have a little porta potty under there.
Okay.
One of those, I got it in an estate sale, brand new for $5, so I thought I'll try it. After 3 years of peeing in coffee cans and buckets and different things. And then my friend gave me a bunch of these little boxes, and they're just handy for all kinds of stuff.
And then you just cover it again.
Same
Dollar Tree, love it.
And then these are just little wine boxes.
Yeah.
But they're the perfect size for cupboards, so I use them for like everything, and I just cover them with duct tape, whatever. So,
love that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Gym bags, space heater, propane tank. And
so
then,
you run the small ones. You have a big
no,
propane.
I was going through so many of those, like one can every 2 days, and it makes a lot of waste. So I went over here to the RV pit stop and got I don't know, it's the baby one. It's out in the desert. I keep an extra jug of water, and that's just a cat litter thing, but just for wash water. And there's a bucket with some paints, and there's some wine bottles and whatnot.
Right.
And then I have an IKEA chair here that I use sitting by the fire. I do better in sitting up straight than I do in those bag chairs. They're just not good for your posture. Hat storage. I have secret compartments. I guess they won't be a secret if they go on YouTube, but actually there's those little cutout holes.
Let me see.
That are in the van. So if I want to hide stuff.
That is
not
so
a secret
smart.
anymore.
Well, someone's going to use that tip.
Yes. And then
that's a great idea. So is that just a piece of wood or cardboard?
It's that stuff they make signs out of. It's like corrugated plastic.
Oh, yeah. I love that stuff.
It's real lightweight.
Nice.
And then, what else? Oh, I want to show these I made. They're pretty cool. Let's see.
All right.
That's a good example. These are, I block out the windows at night. It's kind of gross right now from dog hair. But I put these all in the window, and it's reflectix on one side and polar fleece on the other.
Oh, nice.
And I cut them all different sizes. Anytime I put the shiny side out to keep the sun out.
Right.
And then at night, and I have Velcro in the black part there.
Oh.
And you need that 2-part epoxy, Gorilla epoxy, to make it stick.
Right.
Because every other
at night
glue
you turn it
melts,
to black.
And at night it turns to black. So
perfect.
And
I was going to say, you cannot skip over this. Why do you have a hula hoop?
Well, I started hula hooping a couple years ago, and I don't do it so much anymore. I developed an allergy to the plastic, but once in a while I get it out. I had it out yesterday. And this is ugly. It's just a piece of foam. It's been so cold at night.
Yes.
You know, I want to seal everything up.
Yeah.
And that fan, it's a Max fan.
Yeah.
It's on a remote.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
I can
Right
lay
by
in
the
bed
bed.
and just. These are a godsend to me. They are from IKEA. It's a solar desk light, and you can feel it. It's very heavy metal.
Oh,
and then I drive around with the little solar panel in the dash.
So it just snaps in.
And then they snap in, and they put out an amazing.
Brilliant.
And then so I lay in bed and I can just
it's on a
turn
nice
that
gooseneck.
on and
You
off.
can swivel it where you need.
Yeah, and they fit up in those armrest holes just perfect.
That is so cool.
That I just think is so clever.
That is very, IKEA is really cool.
So that's the fun.
Just stores it up there.
What else can we talk about? That's probably about it. I don't know.
Yeah, anything you want to share.
Small space.
It's small space, but it is so well done. One of the best ones I think I've seen as far as neatness and
cozy.
tidiness.
Yeah. You can have a lot of stuff, and you can lose stuff.
Well, thank you for sharing your home with us, Carole.
My little house on wheels.
I love it. Love it. So you're going to come, watch the video, and answer the comments, correct? Because there are going to be lots of questions.
I'm a crystal stalker.
There are going to be lots of questions. You've got to answer because I'm not going to know the answers to any of the questions that people are going to ask.
And I guess people would like to know where I'm based out of. I'm based out of Jacksonville, Florida, and I've been on the road for, I've been mobile for about 4 years now. Actually, in this van, I had a little Ford Transit Connect van until this one got ready. It was too small. But I recently bought a house in Texas. I closed on it this week, so I'll have a base camp, and I'm going to use that for a little passive income. I do work. I'm a professional organizer, so I go all over the country and I help people. A lot of times it's volunteer work. I love helping people, but I do make income off of that. I do speaking events, and I'm also a lay preacher, so I preach. And
what's the best way for people to find you on social media?
I am really not very good at computers, but I'm really good at Facebook. So you can find me under Carole Steinberg on Facebook, or the Flying Pig Clutter Control Service. Long and wordy, but very catchy. And if you look up Carole Steinberg, it'll come up with either of those. But you can contact me through there, or just Google me and you'll find me. It's enough. Over the last 3 years on the road, I've been able to save a lot of money. It's not an expensive way of life. I sold a house to buy this van, so I paid cash. And then since then, I just have been putting money in the bank. You can live on a little bit of money and do this lifestyle, or you can be as lavish as you want. I've been traveling all over the world since I went in the van. I've saved enough to buy a house in 4 years. And I've also traveled to England and Wales, and I'm going to Scotland this year and Greece next year. I've been to Australia, New Zealand, Ecuador, Mexico, Canada. I've toured all states except for, I think I have 3 left in the middle of the country, way up north, because the weather's never good enough when it's time for me to go there. So you can do this. You can do as little as $500 a month, or you can spend $5,000 a month.
Exactly.
It's just, you can make it what it is. You know, you just live your life and have fun.
That's what it's all about.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks,
nice
Carole.
Talking to y'all.
All right. Bye.